Hello and welcome to Tiles of Confusion. We are back in the ranked lobbies and we have not very far to go. I have also an extremely good trend line. Honestly, this is probably the best performance I've done recently in a long while. I've once gone, I think, 16 games without a 4th place, and that was basically me getting to Expert 3. So that's how long ago it's been since I've been on this sort of good form, but hey, it's all going to go downhill from here because we're now on the last 2 rungs of the ladder to move up to Expert. In terms of what we actually need, we need a win and a second on top of any negative points we accrue. So we could technically do this in 2 rounds. We go first, second in the first 2 rounds, we are there. I think it might be possible if we get a ridiculous score on a win to do it in 1 go, but I think that's massively unlikely. So realistically, yeah, it's going to require 2 shots. It might require 3, because I think if we go second, we should get enough points, as long as we're reasonably scored second, to get there that way. Every 3rd place, basically, we lose a small number of points that doesn't really affect the grand picture so much. And if we get a last place, oh boy, that puts us down. And yeah, down in the doldrums, and we'll have to obviously earn that back with at least a win and something else. So, let's see how we are running. Game 1. And I'm planning to stream until we get to Master Rank, or until I get so depressed I just decide that, you know what, it's my birthday, I'm going to go and drink booze. But hey, let's see what happens. I've just got to not overplay, and I've got to take my chances when they come up. And also, we have a master slumming it down on the gold rune tables. Okay, decent enough start. So we'll lean into Tanya here if we don't get the east of the next couple of draws. 1 out, so we're probably safe. We probably are going Tanya. And Dragon passes as well. Okay. Okay, Yakai across the table. Also, I'm going to apologise that my chat engagement is likely going to be lower than it would be during a typical TOC. Largely because I've got to concentrate on certain things. Right, that is not ideal. Early reach while we're dealer. Well, we'll play the CG. Closed wait. Okay, well, that's the start. It was a Cheetoy. Perfect. Alright. Not at all a problem. We can certainly make it back to second from here, but that ultimately is now the target. Don't tilt, don't lose points. Early reach was likely going to be Cheetoy, but generally speaking, those can be on absolutely anything. And while we could have played safe, we had to try and advance towards our Tanya. So I don't view that as necessarily an error, just an unfortunate circumstance. But hey, these things happen, and at least we've got it out of the way now. That is a good draw. Let's actually close that off. 2 to go. And a 4-5-6 Sanchku is a high end. That's a little awkward, actually. What do I want to do here? I'm going to continue to 7-8, 7-8, and hopefully have one of these 2 as up air. We could also cut the 1s and go for Tanya now. Take the Tanya 1-door. Don't want to draw a 5 now is the only problem, which we kind of have put ourselves in, but I mean, honestly, just going for the aggressive Tanya here is probably better. Yeah. Heh. I could have played around it a little bit, I suppose, but honestly, I'm not viewing that as an error. That's just the way it works here. Alright, well, we got a... Okay, I'm okay with this. We could try something else here, but I think we're actually fine with the 3-6 early. We'll just take a reach 1 and get ourselves some points. Flip the table back around, get some gap, and start climbing again. We get a Sumo here. Okay. But reach Sumo 1, hit any Uradura, we can basically get this to Mangan. So, hit a triple, we get a Hanuman, and we immediately earn all our points back. The important thing is to not go too much on tilt, and I think this is fine at the moment. But it is something that I'm going to have to be calming myself down every now and then. Rinshan? No Rinshan, but we did hit Dora free off of that Khan. This stand is now ridiculous. So, reach Dora 4 is automatic Mungan. 3-6 is not the most likely thing to just randomly be discarded, but we can draw them ourselves, hopefully. And now if we do pull that off, we have potential Buyman here. Sumo and another free Uradura for Buyman. And we're back in the lead. Actually, no, we wouldn't be in the lead, I don't think, but... Wouldn't mind Nick giving us the points back. That'd be fine. So they know I'm not Tanyo anymore, so... What would they have on this hand, do you think? I mean, Sozu probably looks like the play here. Although to get rid of them early, it's... I don't know. It's a bit of a strange one, honestly, what I've got there. Alright. Dealer Sumo's away from me. That's always the risk of how this goes. And, yeah, just able to work around it. Unfortunate. Okay, double Dora hand. It's, again, not a bad start. Two safe tiles. I assume we're just going to take this into Pinfu at the moment, but... Okay, big question now. Do we chance things? No, I think honestly, there is an outside chance of a Sanshku here, but honestly, I don't think it's possible here. We're on a close weight either way, so it's going to be a reach Dora 2 only. Unless we do some hand manipulation. Does that change anything? I don't think it does really, but also it gives us the extra 1 we could draw. So I could potentially draw another... If I draw 6 now, I could decide to just cut the south first to try and make this Pinfu, or just take the reach 2. That's not the worst thing in the world. That actually gives us 1 too many, so we can probably cut one of these now. And if we do draw the 7 pin, it's still kind of there, because we have the 1s now. Good draw. Okay, so that's a more likely pin to shape. That is extremely good, actually. Alright, we'll take this. Alright, 5 pin gets us there with Pinfu. Anything else will do, though. 7 pin puts us into the Tanyo position. Reach on the 5 with 2 Dora. Take it. I'm in last place. I've got to put the pressure on people. Immediate dealer fold, I think, or at least going round the issues. Mind you, they look as if they're town pins, so the North don't particularly help them either. Mind you, I've reached, so everything is speculative here. Okay, half CG applied. Not that anyone's going to play a 5, you would imagine, but... drawing the red 5 here would be awesome, because that gives us instant Mangan. Hadaman if we get an error. And the 8 was useful for your hand. Whether that's a fold from the 8 or not, I don't know, but... thankfully cheap. So that's streaming until we hit Master 1. This might extend the stream a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. Well, trouble. But we're going to see what we can do here. I'm probably going to go all in at the side and just force the Honitsu here. Especially if we can get the west. So Itsu, Honitsu, Sha, Dora-san. Would put us right back in the game. But at this point, we'll take what comes. We see 2 whites, so we can play that off. I'm going to keep the 1 a little longer, just because... actually, no, I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll just get rid of it now. Yeah. See? This is what happens when I diver. No point in holding on to the 5-6, even though it's a good sequence, because it just got a lot of dross to deal with. Ipeiko, potentially. That is also pair number 3. Worth considering. Pair number 4. I mean, I am thinking about playing this big, but only because, obviously, we are in a massive points deficit right now. That being said, that, I think, changes the equation a little bit. Drawing a 7 gives us Ipeiko... thing. Oh god, now I've got to work this out. Alright, Norths. Stall. So we've got pair, sequence, pair... okay, we'll just go with this. Pair of Norths. Still need that 7. 9 is safe. 7-man ultimately what we need at this point. Or a 5 would be okay. That's not great. That might be us out. Might still try, but... Manzu, very, very, very expensive. So not expecting any help. Okay. With the one we needed as well. Okay. So we lose 2,000. We're still on 5. This is not done. We have a dealer turn coming up. It just needs to be a good one. And again, not a bad... I haven't had a lack... my hands have not been bad. It's just, unfortunately, things are going against us a bit. 1 off. So, the thought process here is Tanyo and, where possible, Carnage. Okay. Nearly there. 2 away for Tanyo, Dora 1. Plus reach. And again, hoping for Ura. So 7 ping gets us there. 3 man, 4 man. A few ways things get us there. I could actually even taken that, I think, but I think we probably want the value, so we'll wait until we draw it. We're still in row 1, so we're not urgent on things. And obviously drawing the 7 pin helps us out massively more than most other things, although that still puts us in a bad pair weight, but at this point we will take it. One down. What's drawing a 6-pin do to our equation? Confuses things most likely. Yeah, so 5 doesn't help us. It just puts us in the same position with no benefit. And that's one of the 6s gone. But it does mean we now have a safe style to play us all right. Looking on the positives as always. Okay, that's an interesting draw. That potentially gives us... We can call for... We probably would be calling now if we could. 2 safe. But we'll hold off. Probably should still get that 2, but it's fine. We'll hold off. 1 red played. Okay. Well, we're short stacked. We have to try things. We are going to attack this because we have to. Might not get a chance to, but we are going to attack this. Alright, we lose 1,000 points unfortunately, but we have no choice. We have to go attack. Reach pin to Ipeco. Tanyo, that was a good hand as well. Oh boy, alright. Dealer turn. We need this to work. Get an early 4-pin, secure the Tanyo. And then we hope to go on a bit of a rampage. Otherwise, we're just losing points. And that puts us to 250 required as opposed to 150. Means we need a win to basically catch up to our current position. Unlucky with the dragons. Not ideal, getting the 1-pin side of it, but that's what we have to work with. 6 tiles, 1 improvement to the hand. Not feeling like our time. Advancement against us in our dealer turn. More souths. And that's a Tanyo push, isn't it? Could be a Honitsu push as well, but we'll assume it's Tanyo. Nope. Well, that's our best chance for anything gone. And you were in 3rd, weren't you? Oh, that's a mountain to climb in 3 hands. Alright. 2 Dora and North. Alright, North Honitsu, Dora. Or just North Dora 2. It's looking like it's going to be North 2. That gives me 5,000. It's not really great, though. What do I even do here? I almost have to keep the Dora, so we're going to play 3-4. that's a sign of things going wrong. Alright. Not going to call that. South, one played. So Pair 7 is interesting. At least it allows us to be 10 pipe for basically a 2k hand. But I can't afford to have a 2k hand right now. Oh, I've got like 7 against that. I mean, I will, because I kind of have to here. Okay. Full tilt. Last 8 disappearing as well. Although 8 being a Satar might mean we get it here. We did not. Alright, 2,000 points. How likely is a 9 here? Oh dear. Okay, so 2 hands to make up 27,000. Some ridiculous things have to happen for this to happen now. South concealed Honitsu Dora 1. I need double Mung and direct hit, or I need to basically start... Not going to call that. Not the first one. Or that one. I'm kind of giving up on that, because I think Honitsu is still the way to go with this hand, but... Could Chitoi as well. Chitoi is possible. Chitoi Doradora. Sumo Hanneman. But I'm going to go for the South Honitsu now. South Toto Honitsu. Are we dead? Yeah, we're dead at that. For some reason I registered that it's a little higher, but yeah, no. Okay. Situation relatively unchanged. Even this, Honitsu nothing is not really going to be enough. I say Honitsu nothing, Honitsu 1, but you know. Okay, Honitsu south. Tanya. Alright, let's get big. Freeman's safe, which is good. It means we can potentially still make this Honitsu Toy south as well. Which is extreme optimism, but...
No.
3-9. At this point, I feel like I'm just trying to protect the damage limitation here, but I can get another dealer turn if I can knock 7,000 points. If I can get a Mungan deal in, that is enough. This hand is okay. It's okay for what we need anyway. I think we might even... I'd like to get this to Chitoy, I'm going to be honest. Chitoy or Store 3 is probably our best bet at anything at this point. We need a lot to get right for us here. We might have to dodge into something else. I know I'm getting rid of a door here. I've decided that's... No, why am I getting rid of a door here? That no, no. Okay, fine. West would also been Kid Keep for Chitoy. Doesn't matter now. I said it was going to go on tilt. I didn't expect it to happen immediately, but hey. Yeah, exactly the right way. I've been on such good form up until this game, but this game has just, yeah, been miserable. Alright. 2 9s. We'll go around that. Yeah, damage limitation, I think, at this stage. We're just going to take what happens. One south played quite useful. Potentially. Excellent. I'm going to go down. Ishanten, Chitoy, Dora 1. We sumo, we get a Hanuman. Not enough. We get a direct hit from player across the table. We go into a West round. We can still win in the West round. That is pretty much all I can hope for out of this game. Some nonsense. Carnage helps. Carnage always helps. Also isolates the 1 pin. There's 1 left, but... I should have just played before, but I got a real bad feeling that it just deals in. I don't see enough 5s. I mean, she's played a lot of them, but this smacks of Tanpin considering things. Oh, that's that Hellweight gone. Oh, we're there. Hold on. There are no souths left, but this gives us... I should reach. Why am I holding off? That was my Richipatsu. Haite Sumo, which I've been talking about for ages. Doesn't matter. Wasn't going to get to it, but... Ugh! Okay, so there were some misplays there. But hey, this just means this stream has to go on longer. So when I said I had a win and a second to go, I now need to double that. 2 wins, 2 seconds. Well, we're going to get 4 more games in. We got to start now. I mean, 3 wins would do it as well, in truth, but you know. Let's start with what seems like the more reasonable goal. Okay, this is an awesome start, actually. Maybe I should have got rid of the 8-9 over the 2-4s, but it's fine. South is our wind, but I don't think we're going to be using it. There is a possibility of us cutting the west at some point. Ryan Peiko? Don't think so, but you never know. Haven't seen Ryan in a good long while. I mean, I was kind of half joking, but if we draw an 8 now, we are going for it. There are 2 8-saves remaining. I hope we draw a 6-man, 3-man for this weight, because we basically lose if we are trying to hold that off. All of our 6s keep getting played. All right, I think Ryan's going to be the long shot. Hellweight Chitoi? I'm okay with a Hellweight Chitoi, actually. Yeah, I'm not going to replace that for that. Six is a CG. I'd play 5 to keep going with this. West hasn't been played. 2 calls by the West Sea. I think we're going to play our 9s. East is fine. South the last one. That is acceptable. Okie dokie. This is interesting. Let's get rid of 9 first. Get rid of the other 9 and see where we are. Not ideal, but also not abysmal. Not going to call it Souths. Still not going to call the Souths. Alright, play the South now on the basis that we've now got the more desirable pair. I'm also of the opinion our greens might be stuck, but we shall see. 7-pin would be a very good draw for us right now. And T7's gone as well. Okay. And that's manageable. We can go the other way around for this then. We at least have a call into Tempai. But Dragon 1. And 3-pin safe. Good time to work out that 3 was safe. Alright, 6-9. Well, denying the draws, which is good. But if you're trying to dodge the Tanya over here, 9 is a reasonable discard, you'd think. Of course, if you're not trying to dodge that, that's your own problem. And the Mahjong gets passed around. Second place. I can handle losing 1,000 points in my dealer turn. That is absolutely acceptable. Yep, I don't mind that. I can take second place, boring second place games all day long, or all night long. That'll be fine for me. That's reasonable. Let's cut the 9. Lean us into Tanya a little bit. So given no 9 pins have been played, 9-6 pair wouldn't be the worst. I would certainly take it if it happened. Close back on the 6. Okay, gonna buy a turn on this one. If we get any low Pinzu, we have a better weight pretty much, so... Would have won as well. just to rub that in. Dear. Alright, Dora free against this. So options here. I think we will take the pair weight here. 9-5 pair. Immediately give them a second thing here, but we're gonna just draw the. You're just gonna draw a 9 pin here. It'll be fine. Wrong 9. Well, that happens. Oh dear. Okay, honest opinion. Should I have taken the 6-pin weight earlier, or? I mean, obviously I'd have won, but my logic wasn't wrong there necessarily. It just didn't work out. Ah, boy. Because I could have just reached for that 6-pin, but then if I'd have reached, there was no reason to assume that 6-pin was coming out of that hand. Oh well. Anyway. New hand, new problems. Gonna play south. Okay, I don't know if we are forcing the Honitsu here, but it's starting to look a bit more viable. Okay. Let's pivot to Chitoi, see what happens. We have played a 6, unfortunately. Say unfortunately, because I would like to have got rid of the Friso here. Which I'm probably not doing now. She's sitting north as well. Am I going to be screwed up by not having got rid of that Friso earlier? I mean, she's sitting north, but I've got to take the chance now. Nothing else is really good. The attack continues. So 7-man's not absolutely safe, but it's probably one of the better things we got access to right now. See what we draw. Going by Suji logic here, but that's not great. It's not great logic. But it's how desperate we are at the moment. Oh, I'm really stumped. Alright. One could easily do in with that. Come on, I need a safe tile at the end, please. Thank you. Thank you, game. Alright. What's our honest to God best option here? If it's Pinzu, it is 6-3-9. That is a CG, but it's not a good weight here. 8 was played earlier. 2's been played. Fine. Well, God, I didn't switch to a 6. Alright. So, gap extends. East 4 still. It probably was, but... looks like we're in for a fast reach only hand unless we draw a 7-man, I guess. Okay. Yep, that's what we need. Oh, we can go. I mean, we still 7-man either way with this, but. But opens up the good old possible Itsu plan. Late live white. Okay, random close sumo. Doesn't massively change the equation much, so still Mungan distance behind. Second. Good initial draw. We are sitting south, so we will hold on to that south a little longer. Nice. And thankfully the last one hasn't come out yet. So we have a shot. Don't have a pair established at the moment, but plenty of things that get us to tempo. It's always nice to know you could have interfered with somebody else's plan by calling, but hey. So double south, potentially Dora 1, or reach potentially Dora 1. I'm okay with that. That was a useful draw. It means South now gives us the two-sided weight as well. Which, of course, includes Fedora. Didn't get it, but we'll take the singleton weight on both ends and see what happens. Ultimately, this is try and reach to get people off the pot and just get our dealer turn. And then see if we can start catching up. No Patsu on our very low odd hand. Of course, while one's out, we are sitting south, so I don't think anyone's going to necessarily take the risk of that. It's just hoping that either a south or a 7 is in the wall for us to draw. Or just taking the draw, of course. I mean, that can happen as well. We still become the dealer, but we just have to do more work as dealer. Alright, come on. Something demi-decent. We have Dora, we have a triplet, we have plans. North to start. Okay, 9 for a better 9. So we'd love a 6-pin reasonably early. That's not bad either. That gives us the extension here. So 8-man actually gives us tempo. 6-pin as well, obviously, but yeah. 6-pin, 8-man. And of course, the extending chain of Manzitars is not the worst for us. But we'll see. Drawing another middle Manzitar wouldn't be the worst either, considering. And that's 2 Easts gone. 2 calls, 3 calls and a reach, again, and I'll deal a turn. And we might be last. Oh no, that was chin only. Okay. Well, 2 hands to hold 1,000 points or make any kind of impression above us. Not impossible, but yeah, this is going to be a tight one to just maintain position, I think. Okay, let's cut the 1 free to start with. That's decent, and I probably should get rid of a pair, actually, but we'll do that second. Alright, on from the current points leader. I mean, one of these two taking a big chunk of points out of the other would actually be okay for me as well. It gives me a chance at second. More pairs. Not enjoying this. Alright. Let's go big. So our maximum is something like Tanpi and Sanchiku. Let's try and lean it in. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can find a tissue while still playing the game. Oh, dear. Better start taking this. I might consider it, in truth. Yeah, the worst case scenario for us is that we end up losing the position here. So let's just try and force a hand. Force a hand, any hand, maintain third. It's not where I want to be, but it's where we are. Alright, Mordora. Even more Mordora. Tenbai. Should probably have played 7 there over 4 because just one was proven safe a moment ago. But hey, we stick with what we got. Well, that was kinda what I said, and actually, in fairness, that looks like it's a good hand. Mungan. Not quite at the point where a Mungan would be enough, and I was kind of hoping it would be the other way around because you're on lower points. But, alright, Mungan and Reach Stick gets a second. There's also pair number 4. Pair number 5. Calls off then. Let's get rid of dragons and see where we are. I'd obviously love to keep this Dora fight. This I could have kept the green, I guess, but try and keep this, but we're not going to rely on it if needed. East might be okay. Reach T-Toy Sumo 1. Hopefully +2, and that would get us enough points. So, okay. Well, set up the CG trap. I mean, dealer winning is also fine for us, actually, so I'm not too upset as long as we don't deal in. So it's about to deal in, of course, but you know. There's an extra reach stick. Unfortunately, that's a sumo, so we're just going to end up third. Well, I mean, it's better than last time, but it doesn't feel a lot better, I'm going to be honest. Okay, -16. So we are now 322. All right, 3 wins in a bit. Let's keep going. Okay, full table of expert freeze. Starting dealer, we have multiple Dora. Do not have an easy Yakuhai, but this is a reasonably quick hand. Well, we'll keep the dragons a little longer than we should. Just see if we can make something out of those. And as we can't, I guess we are just going to see how we build out of this. I mean, Chitoi, possible. Pin 2 shapes are possible. Drawing a 4-pin would be amazing. That's not bad either, let's be honest. So 4-pin, 9-pin, 9-pin, discard, and yeah. Fortunately, 2 4-pins are gone. Yeah, I'm only looking like I might need both of the other ones. It's all good. The true 4-pin actually is tempo. We just have to cut the Doris to do it, but. Okay. So I don't necessarily like what we're doing here, but equally, it's kind of working. Okay. Reach Cheetoy 2 is greedy from a dealer perspective, but I've kind of had enough of these. I've had 2 miserable games. I need a big win, so let's go for the big win. Probably correct to just hold off, though. Especially as I would have won doing the other thing, as always. Well, 2 8s, 3 5s. Nah, we just have to draw a 9, that's all. There's 2 left, we can draw them. Sumo Hanneman. That's basically it. 4 more draws. Sumo Hanneman. There's a world that could have been our winner. Maybe. I have to rework things out a little bit, but... Good news is, I seem like I'm going to get the draw. I mean, it's all the 8s. Just have to height it. Height it. No. I can live with that. As I probably could have damaged that and that would have been fine. Might have even have happened. But equally, somebody else could have been more aggressive and pushed for a win. Okay, I know I'm giving up the Sanchku here, but we'll just go for a finished hand, I think, over value right this moment. Especially as we are currently being rapid. Downside is, this looks like I might be costing Medora, but... You shout in on turn 4. Reach Pinfu. Can I work with this? I mean, this also adds Tanyo, so... And these cards don't especially look like they're Tanyo at the moment, which is quite nice. Oh, actually, it wouldn't be Tanyo. I have 9 there. Okay, ignore me. Occasionally I know what I'm talking about, but not this time. If we pair any of these up, though, we're going to keep the Yetsu open, I think. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all, but let's see. Just did want me to discard the red 5 at the moment, but that was probably the correct call. Going there. Alright, well, I said possibly it's Sue. We'd go for it. Let's go for it. So there's still 3 6-men we could draw. Obviously 6-0 as well would be nice. That is also acceptable, actually. So 6-man into a pairweight situation, or just a lot of middle pairs that have got value behind them. I mean, we could even call for this if we really felt... I mean, honestly, somebody has to play middle tower first. Oh, okay, there we go. Reach, pair weight. Double Dora. 2 middle tiles that should not be realistically be played by anybody, but we have just put down another Suji, so maybe somebody will be idiot enough to try it. Didn't work. But a silent sumo across the side for a sumo nomi, I'm absolutely fine with that. We end our dealer turn 400 points up. So, yay? Yeah, I think I got too greedy there. Can hold on. We once played, so we should be okay on the green for a little longer. That's reasonable. If I was closer, I'd have called that, I think, but outside hand? I mean, to be fair, it could easily be east only up there, but... yeah. Expected. Thankfully, it's lower value than I was expecting, but... okay, pair of easts. So Yakuhai and almost nothing going for this hand other than that. I'm kind of leaning to the Honitsu push here, but I don't know if it's with a lot of conviction, gonna be honest. I'm already up against 2 calls after all. Yeah, I'm not gonna call to advance this. We'll just see if it happens. Although, all right, fine. Tanio or bonus tile then. That's a reasonable draw. That seems like a better one. Dragon Flush, and we're in last. But this is a very tight game. East 4. Dora Dragon, you say. Pair of Dora Dragons, you say. Okay, I was about to say that's a horrible position to be in this sort of tight game. But we're on the plus side of that now. If somebody decides to play an early one, they're in business. If not, then it's just going to be hanging over people's heads for a while. East. Because the rest of the hand's pretty good. I can't complain any of the rest of this. We need a free man, obviously, but that's... we got time. Triple of the 7s is pretty good. Yeah, I even got time to get rid of this if I want to. And in fact, that probably is what I'm going to do. Unless I draw a free man right about now. Yeah, this is a great little hand. I get a chance to reach with this. This seems awesome. We're already at Dora 3. And Amongan pretty much puts me on top, regardless of... Amongan undoes the entirety of my mistakes and awkwardness throughout the first half of the hand if I get this. I don't think the red's coming out, so either somebody's got one and holding onto it and just kind of trying to stall around it, or that. Again, we could have called for the red Tempai, but I think we want to... because we got a chance of a three-sided wait here, with the Dragons Incorporated, we want to wait until we can reach. He says. We're going to risk it. Yeah, admittingly, it was aggressive reach, but I'm going to stand by trying for that. The hand was so much better if we done it earlier. Maybe I could have forced it earlier. Said early with the call, been on the Dragon Weight, but we'd have still had to play that. Nah, I think for what we had, that was probably our best bet. Opportunity missed, perhaps. Or maybe I'm just that on tilt that I'm not even recognizing that as a problem anymore. Alright. 2 Yakai calls. And another really fast hand. I'd say something connected to the 5 pin would be nice, but... asking occasionally, the game gives you stuff. Alright, 6 pin for the free-sided Tempai. Pair up the free man, or of course the 6 pin, 3 pin for the Tempai. We'll go that way around instead. Probably don't want to be reaching this on a free man, but you know. Oh, that is a monster up top. And again, we've got the exact same kind of scenario here, but thankfully the free man is safe. Forso is relatively safe, but not definitely. Bit better now. East is safe, green is safe. It's very difficult to not convince myself to reach if we get to the position here. Okay, single white 5, so it seems to be there. Let's call for Tempai there, but let's do the swap. So H should be relatively safe, but not definitely. One thing we now know is I think we call for Tempai at this point now. We get another chance, but probably weren't. Well, good news. I have a good chance of getting to third. Yeah, just unfortunately stuck in Yishanten for too long there with what was a good hand. But that unfortunately is Mahjong. Alright. Hold on to the south a little longer, just see if we can pad that up and make it useful. Otherwise, we're probably just looking to just tamp in this. Okay. Maybe we're trying to Itzy this. I mean, T-pin right now. Wouldn't say no. I'm going to say no to that, but that's because I'm greedy. And also, I prefer the pin foo. Okay, options, but also potentially tan pin Ipeiko. And if we do, we still have a 6 free wait for the Itsu as well. So, a few options here. Hatsu is not either of them. Alright. I was about to say, okay. So that's not going to happen. And that's the dealing. Yeah, so what we'd have done is we'd have played 8 so on our turn, almost regardless of what we drew, and just tried to go around whatever it was. But, okay, game rebalanced. It's just us in last place. But, dealer turn, and double ton, and Dora. And a hand we can potentially call with. Just what I want to see on my dealer turn when I'm in last place. Okay. Well, I think we'll risk it. So we have pairs, potentially. That also wasn't safe. Nine could be now. Or nine's more likely to be. Number 2. Oh, 7's horrible. Let's play 9. Alright, let's go. Double Tondora. I imagine one or either of these has the... Well, obviously one of them has a pair of East, is my guess. More likely along, but... Yeah, maybe they did, but either way, that doesn't do a lot for us other than just keep us where we are. Okay. Well... Double Dora in the opening hand. That's decent. Okay, 3 Dora in the opening hand. That's very decent. 2 North played, so North is going to be that much help to us. I'm wondering if we go full greed here, but a lot has to happen for us to full greed, and that probably suggests we're not. That's now 4 Dora in hand. We're greedy enough with 4 Dora. So, hopefully get a Sanso early. If not, then that's going to be an awkward final wait, but one we will go for with this much. This is almost painful, because I know we're not going to get it. I know we're not going to get it at this point. Ishanten. No reach. We don't need to with this many Dora. This is Tanyo Dora 5. This is already Hanneman. It feels annoying, but yeah, maybe I could have avoided. Okay. Might as well adjust the name of the stream in a little bit and just say so many points away from this. Ah, dear. Honestly, I had a hot streak coming into this. I was feeling good. So, of course, when I start recording to try and document and have the little celebration moment, of course, this is when it all goes to pot. But, alas, that is what I was kind of expecting as well. Still, not giving up. This is still doable from here. Second place is definitely achievable. Much as I'd love the 579 shape, I think we're going to keep with the Dragon / Tanya. / Sandskew potentially, but probably not. Yeah, so maybe we're even getting rid of the reds here. Yeah, change the plan. Do, 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 do. Risky, but okay, that's fine. I mean, this increases the chances I can get into West and have another dealer turn, but it's not actually that helpful. Tudora. Okay. Alright, double Dora. We're going Tanya then. Oh, triple Dora, of course. I was like, we kind of miss out if we draw 5, but number 1 doesn't really change things. Oh, thanks for going to sleep. Okay, options. So Ishan's in. Final tile looks safe. That actually extends our options a little bit.
Reach.
Alright, reach free. Antonio. But honestly, I'm just hoping to push people off the pot here. Didn't work. Oh well. Just have to draw that 6 then. Yeah, middle Sozi looked the most dangerous for both of us, actually, in truth, but it's on a 6. 7. Alright, 5-2. Starting to look a little bleak here. Final hand, Hanneman needed. Or just a Mungan deal in from you to put us into West and give me a dealer turn. Ugh, 4-3-4. Which I think qualifies as misery, so I might be closing the stream after. No, we'll do one more after this, regardless of what happens, but I've got to compound the issue and then go back to my lovely little corner of middle of expert free and just try to stress-free rise through the ranks again. Well, Sanshaku is a possibility here. So reach, Pinfu, Sanshaku. Dora 1. Dora 2 gets us Hanneman. Don't think that matters in the grand scheme of things considering, but that is our best bet. Because we would also need Hanneman to definitely have points to take us into third. So we are going for the Hanneman side. And of course that is a very... Well, isn't that just thing? The only good news about this is we get to go again. No, we don't. 16,000. No, we do get to go again. Let's sigh. Alright. What can I do with this hand? Absolutely naff all. Full tilt. Hey, now this is a bad start for Kokushi. Is Kokushi already dead? It looked... maybe it's not, but... a single 1-so remaining, which we don't have. Only one 9-man left now. Nope, that one's dead. Alright, Cheeto it is then. Seems appropriate. So 434 puts us then another -161. Yeah, we are now at the point of we are definitely not doing it this stream. But we are still going to play one more. Yes, thank you. No tilt like over tilt. But also just because I think we have been unfortunate in a couple of these. And we're at least going to end this on somewhat of a good note. Or it's going to be absolutely miserable. We don't do things by halves here. Would you believe in that last hand I was actually trying to get pairs? Sorry. Obviously the Cheeto was kind of there, but I was looking at Hombroto pairs as my best high value hand thing, but yeah, well. Okay. Sitting west. Are we cheetoing from here? We might be cheetoing from here. I'm going to say we are cheetoing from here. Right, and I think we are going to go for Fedora here, because obviously that ups us to Mung and Hanneman. Definitely Hanneman if we get the red 5, actually. Yeah, we'll stick on with this at the moment. Hey, Peppa. My cat has decided to say hello. The question is, though, are you going to bring me victory, or are you just here because you're bored and you want food? That answers that question. Yes, I know. I know. We're losing horribly. Reach. We don't want to hear that. I have a save discard at least, but... It's also not our dealer turn, so we're okay with this if it turns out to be something else. Is that a live dragon? I assume they must have more in their hand, but... No, we have nothing. 9. Mung and the other way. Okay, door 2. Let's find some way to connect the 2-pin in, but might do it? Question mark? Pair of 9. So free pin gives us... Oh, no, it doesn't. Five's not the worst. Because there's a couple of lines on this. We can get rid of the 9s and go for Tanya. We'll still cut the 9s here anyway, because we have one pair too many. Carnage and 9s. Alright, Tanya, Multidora. We'll go this way round, see what we can do. Immediately help them out. We'll take the win that includes Adora. Free pin for victory. Or at the very least, some points back. Okay, red door of 5. Still alive. Well, this is probably a forced Honitsu, but we'll see. Need to pair up something else. Or we just keep drawing Pinzu. Keep drawing Pinzu, that'll work too. Yeah, we generally keep drawing Pinzu. Yeah, but no, let's go for it. Why not? We need value anyway, so... let's just go all in from the side. Okay, that is a great draw. We know white's going to be safe later in the game. 8's relatively safe. If we'd got rid of white there instead, we'd have had a pair. We'd have had another pair. Excellent. Multiple routes in. Okay, 3-6. I think that doesn't give us anything. We can't have a 9, of course, but... I don't think that actually changes much, but we'll just do it anyway. I mean, could we be on Sozu? Probably not with all those discards there, but you know. Okay, Honitsu versus Honitsu. Could be Tanyo, of course. Be a good time to draw 3-6. Dead weight or for a 10? Well, we'll stick with what we got then. 3-pin is safe. Hey, we're in 3rd. Take it. I mean, it'd still be 4-3, 4-3 for the day, but I'd take it. It is a not at all, but somewhat positive thing to end on. Okay, 3 pairs, but hopefully we could draw 2 pins. We'll see. We'll just keep drawing that. I don't think we're going Cheeto with this hand, but you can do something with it. Okay, west for Tenpai, waiting on potentially Tudora. Let's try. It passed. We'll stay in because we got free Dora, but that's going to deal into somebody. It didn't. If only that was slightly bigger value. I mean, ultimately, this is helping us get second in a way that is basically us doing nothing to earn it, but I'm okay with that. I can't even say I'm really playing defensive against them either, because I gave them points. I gave them the most points, actually. I gave them Mungan at the start. Okay, Yaku High. The rest of the hand is kind of abysmal, but really we're fighting for small points anyway to try and get into second. So this is acceptable. Good draw, Andorra. Not going to call the fours. I could even play the fours actually if we're feeling really thing. And there I am. This is kind of a little odd, but we could potentially go Chanter with this. You don't need to, but it's an option. And we'll do a free pairs, so I'm most likely going to go for the ones which are going to give me potential value increases. So at the moment, Chanter. Alright, nothing to do with the 6-pin. I mean, that's now is, of course, now that I've gotten rid of both of those, if I can't call both of these anymore, but yeah. Well, I mean, I still could, but you know. Doesn't help the whole Chanter plan. One away. Man, I'd love to draw one of them, because that just gives me Pinfu and Shanta, potentially. But I'm not going to say no to just getting it at the moment. So, open Shanta, Yakuhai 1. Which might, of course, not be Shanta, but you know. It's not Shanta, but it's 2,000 points. Secures my gap to 4th, gives me a little bit of breathing room. Okay, quick dragon hand, I guess. Yeah, we are no longer in East 1. In East, so we'll probably be getting rid of that in a moment, but it's not as urgent. We'll get rid of the red first. Draw a second red. I mean, 30,000 is not impossible to make up with a deal turn left, but my form does not appear to be running that direction. Honestly, based on calling this guy, it just looks like a blunder. Especially given all we've drawn as Sozi tiles that we discarded immediately. Oh. That's it. I doubt we're getting green out of anybody's hand here. This gives us Tenpai, but no Yaku. We're okay with this, I guess. Going to a single way on something, and I guess possibly lean ourselves into Toy Toy. But I'm trying to present at least a credible threat here, I guess. Well, no second calm by the look of it, unless we get very fortunate. I mean, Tenpai's looking dodgy at the moment anyway, so... Double CG, but Okay. Could and should have played west there, but... So, good news, we're closer to first. Bad news is, my tight battle for second is now a little more dodgy. Alright, we have free door in this hand. We gotta try and make something with this. Badly need a 6-man. Wrong 6. So, Coltanio is also a possibility here with Freedora. But Coltanio depends on what they're going to play. And if we can stop drawing one-sos. Well, red we know is safe, so we can hold on to that for our final tile if we need to. 7-pin is what we would ideally want here, but... Okay, not the worst. Actual progression. So drawing 8 gives us a double run, potentially goes to Pinfu. I was not expecting his hand to see in the doldrums after 10 discards. Here we go. Yep, lots of things I don't want to happen are happening now. Well, we're going to press on. 3-man is safe. We're going to try and use that. Eight-man is also safe, but we'd have to play a 5 to make that happen. Yeah, the last thing we want is them gaining points. But equally, we could lose points, and that would be a result here. Suji? Is it 5-2? No. 7 pin, 6 man. Need one of them. See, 7 pin safe. I would take the gamble on Sanzo if this happens. Well, apparently somebody else did as well, but that's not worked out. It's going to be a draw. No change. Well, no real change, I guess it's correct to say. Well, we have sitting south, have a south in hand. And hand itself is pretty decent. Let's see what happens. Okay, triplet earned there. If we can get a 4 pin, I think Tan Yo is an option. Okay, let's get rid of the A7. I want to try and confirm it as much as I can. I know this doesn't officially do it, but good, and decent, and the pair. So when they're all good, do what you can. Oh, come on, 4 pin. No. Oh, come on. Okay. Now, to be fair, we could have called some things and potentially progressed this hand, but it's just not happening. I kind of have to keep this kind of where it is, and obviously if we draw the 2 pin, we'd still take it, draw the 5 and go Carnage potentially, but this is just not working out. See, there's what we need. 9's not even terrible here, but we're going to discard it anyway. Well, it doesn't help an awful lot because we then need 2 8s to make it work in this hand. That I can live with. Haven't discarded 2-5 yet, but that's weirdly increased our returns a bit. Alright, let's get to Tenpai. It's a little aggressive, especially as I know a lot of my outs are out, but let's have a look. So obviously it's getting rid of Dora. The last switch in feels really, really, really bad, but... Okay, it feels slightly worse now. Last 6. I guess I know 6 is safe, so I might have to just play it. If I deal in with a 3 to try and hold a position, it's really bad. It's a 6-9, not a 3. I think it had to be on that octave if it was going to be that dealing on that side. Obviously, it was half registering over there, I guess, but... gap extending. It's another decent-ish hand, though I have a bunch of honors I don't want. Okay, let's go again. This is an awesome hand with Dora and things. So I can either take 2 Dora or I can take the Honitsu. And honestly, I think we're taking the Honitsu here. If we get any kind of hope for it. If we pair up any of these, we might go Toy Toy instead, but we'll hold off for now. Honitsu, Dragon Dora. Okay. I got a safe tile into this and can call if I need to. You know what, it sounds silly, but Forso is now a safe tile, so... Oh, misery. Okay. To be fair, this hand is not misery. This hand is actually decent. Just don't have complete confidence I'm going to be able to convert it. Despite its best efforts. But the game is trying for us. The game is trying. Alright. E Shanten. Close wait, close wait. Play south. I mean, the possibility is here. But would I take it at this point? Okay, play Vidora. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Reach close 7, one just played. This is kind of terrible, but there's a lot of value on the board, so it's worth us just going for anything at this stage. I could have waited, but there's no telling how long we've waited for, especially as we give up one of the 4s. So, and middle tiles do not come along that frequently if they're being held by people, so... take the draw, become dealer. See what happens. But I mean, I'll take a Reach Sumo 1 with all of the trimmings, which is what it currently looks like it might be. Do 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 do. Well, we get a hit, and it is on the person in second, but obviously not a high value. But I suppose it is a direct hit off the person directly above me in points going into my dealer turn, and I got all the bonus points, so... yeah, okay, something. 9 pin. This is a fast hand. I was going to say a south or another white would be perfect for it, but yeah, the game's already provided. Alright, we potentially have Tempai on turn 3. But not this time. Okay, better two-sided weight. No obvious way of increasing the value, but again, we're the dealer, we just need to win. 4s are gone. That actually probably helps us. Alright, we take Tempai, 2-5. Actually, it's early enough we could still see a white dragon, so we'll keep that open because we can obviously can it. But we don't. We sumo Dragon 1. Alright. Can we get a Mung in hand? Not easily. Okay. This is probably Tanpin, but South is also the indicator, so we're less likely to get that. In fact, we're now not going to get that. West drawn on the second turn then. So we got one turn to basically cycle this. We're probably discarding it immediately. Yeah. Don't want to deal with that. Red has been proven safe. Not going to pawn because that's our pair at the moment. So now we could call 8, but yeah, not a lot of value in this one, but again, we just need wins. You just stay in contention, keep the dealership, keep the pressure on. White and red both safe. Good draw. Not the worst. Alright, we are being pushed, but I think we're going to have to counter push here. Pause a CG. It's questionable, but we'll try it. North is no help. Of course, can play 3 for absolute safety, but I think we still want to be playing the 4 if we can here. Especially now. Is that dealing in? It didn't. Okay, we're still in. 5-8. To keep dealership and keep this attack going. Yeah, we got it. No worries, sir. Thanks for joining me for albeit the brief time. Also, hello. Losing, but other than that, fine. No, honestly, I've lost a ton of points today. I started at 154. I am about 500 down at the moment. Well, 350 down on the day. If I win this, I'm going to be 400 down on that, so 250 down for the day. And technically speaking, I gained 150 there, so for, whatever, I'll work it out later. Either way, not great, but we're managing. Okay, there is the possibility of Cheetoy here, so let's consider that and... Considered. Alright, set up our siege trap on the 9th. Nobody's played 9s yet. If you're streaming this and consistently have 3 new viewers. Well, it's currently saying 5, but it has been fluctuating all over the place, and in fact I've had 1 viewer for the last half hour or so, I think. Alright, there are calls against us. I'm going to have to play this more aggressively than I'd like. Let's go Toy Toy. Oh, I'm definitely tired. I mean, I can make a very bad observation that most of your kidding's not very good, but actually that's not true. You are a funny person most of the time, especially when you're deliberately trying not to be. And they had the Doras as well. Well, looks like we're going to finish third, so that's going to be 4-3-4-3 for the day. Well, actually, I say 4-3-4-3. I need to actually survive this one first, otherwise it's going to be 4-3-4-4, which is a lot of points lost. Yeah, ultimately too aggressive. I should have ultimately stayed with the cheeto I planned, but I was starting to... Again, other people were going aggressive to try and finish me off, so that happens. Counterpunch required and not good enough. Alright. So any win to maintain third then is basically the plan here. And I think at that point I'm going to call it a stream because, as mentioned, misery. Especially with that. Thankfully you have a safe tile to it. Thankfully it's not the dealer, because that would be the worst for us. Well, we finished third. Not a good third either, just for that. But I think that's probably towards the top end of the points we finished on each game today. Oh dear. Well, if I feel like being miserable, this is now on the record for all time, and I've gone from 154 points away, well 153 points really away, to 503 points away. So I've lost 350 rating points this stream. Jeez. Alright. Yeah, that is not a fun trend line. I had a good trend line before I started this off. And to be fair, this is still on balance okay. But, oh dear. I mean, maybe. I kind of want to go again. This is a bad idea, but let's go again. Part gambler's fallacy, part wanting to actually end this on a good thing, because otherwise I'm going to be depressed and walk away from the game for a bit. And given we have Tiles of Confusion tomorrow, walking away from the game for a bit doesn't seem like a very likely thing to do when it's going to be less than 24 hours. Anyway, we have Double Tom. No, true enough. And, you know, it's only my reputation and my feelings about the game that are at stake, which, you know, might actually be more precious to me. I haven't played poker in a while. I've better thought about that, but hey. I was okay at poker. Not great, I'll be honest, but, you know, okay enough at a casual level. I was able to win pennies with the best of them. Or the worst of them, in this case. Anyway. This is a decent enough hand. My cam is blurry. It does that occasionally. Not entirely sure why. We can't play poker, Hagen. There are two reasons for this. One, we have to play poker for money. It is part of the game. It doesn't make sense if you're not playing for actual stakes or, you know, stuff. It does not make sense. And two, I think the last time I ever played poker on this channel was a random card game thing. We should do card games, actually. That's something we should do. But basically, because of that, Dylan went all in on the first hand and I crushed him. Because, again, I just had the better hand that time. It devolved it down to luck. If there's no monetary aspect or, you know, thing to be gambling, poker loses all meaning. But if you work it out with stakes, I'll play poker with you. Somebody going to play an East? I don't think they are, but that's what I want right about now. Nope, not yet. It is. Been on it since the start as well, just for that. But, okay, Hatsu only. I'm okay with that. Four years and I've still not got out of the thing. Indeed. 4 years and I'm still in the third tier of things, and I'm likely to remain there based on current things. Oh, come on, let me have a turn. Oh dear. I think we're keeping Dora Dragons, even though it's a bad idea. I'm okay with card/board games. I'm genuinely okay, even if they're traditional card games. I haven't played traditional card games with anybody for a really long time, so we just have to agree what ones we're playing and that we all understand the rules the same way. But Go Fish. I don't want to play Go Fish. Go Fish is no skill. There needs to be a minimal skill component, because I was taught how to play good card games. I mean, not that I ever played it. My granddad was actually a bridge champion in Birmingham in his youth. Which is a weird thing to, you know... A weird thing, given that I've only ever played one not even real hand of bridge my entire life. But... largely because the rules are confusing and boring, let's be honest about this. I don't mind Whiskey, actually. Partnership Whiskey is actually a perfectly fine and valid game. Which I know is sort of a lead into it. Without having to go into the random bidding nonsense. Also, yeah, I've kind of screwed myself up a bit with this. But let's go anyway. What have I got to lose? I mean, there's a few basic ones I could go over. Yeah, I don't even know why I've called, because I can't actually win unless I get this green. So this is a really silly thing. Nice. As I say, I think that's where my granddad picked it up. And as I say, I don't know what level of champion he was at, but he was a champion at Birmingham University, I think, or one of the clubs around there, anyway. At the very least, that's also something he might have told me. Whether, which, you know, he's bright enough and mathematical genius and whatever else, so maybe he, you know, it's a proper level or everything. But it might just be he won a game of bridge somewhere and just. Oh, that is absolutely saving me. By Georges. No, Georges had nothing to do with it. And also, I've only got to this point. I've only got to the stage where I can now legally win. Because before that, I don't know what I was doing. Not paying attention, most likely. Either way, didn't work. Didn't mean anything. But, you know. Had we gone to the draw, I'd have at least looked like I had a legitimate threat. And maybe that would have been enough. No, I lost my dealership, so we carry on. The only rule that I've always applied to every sort of card game that I've ever played, even when there are no stakes involved, no matter what the game is, if you screw up dealing, you put a pound in the pot. The next winner of the hand gets that pound. That is a rule I have played to regardless of what the game is. If it's card games and somebody screws up the dealing, pound in the pot. And yes, I think I've done this during a Go Fish game as well. And I'm trying to remember. This is back during the very, very early days of tables. Like I might have applied that during during when we were actually playing card games there. Can't remember. Anyway, let's deal in. Wasn't a deal in. I'm okay with that. Interesting. I mean, this is risky, but I like it.
Come.
How many Kandor did I give you? None. Perfect. You know what? I should have been punished more for that. That's just the side of how on tilt I am right now. But hey. Should have been punished more for that. 2000 was just going to encourage me to do that again. Probably not forcing the Honitsu here. Probably just going to be Dragon 1, but... And if I keep drawing... keep drawing useful Manzi tiles, then maybe I've got to consider it. I shouldn't really be holding South. I discarded one, but... Tidora. How are the cats? One of them's just gone meow at me because I've been ignoring him for the past nearly 3 hours. But he's down here and he's chewing away at his pillow. Hey? Want to say hi? No, you want hugs? Well, you can come up here and have hugs. Come and be an entertaining cat. No? No, you just want to bite. You just want to... He's stolen one of the seat cushions and basically has decided that it is now what he uses to just stress relieve on, which is basically involves beating it up, chewing it up, and when I chew my pillow, I get reprimanded. I mean, he's allowed to. He's a cat. That is the only one he does it to, so I'm fine with that. I've dealt in again. This is going well. And again, I wasn't punished anywhere near as much as I should have been for not paying attention. Okay. Well, this is Honitsu push. Yeah, comeback might have to be a thing here. I mean, I've been waiting for a comeback for all of the last four matches, let's be honest. And so far, none of them have happened. I really should not have gone for the Honitsu. I've just absolutely been punished for trying. I mean, maybe we can scare people into thinking this is Yakuman. Okay, just need something connected to the 5. I mean, that'll do. That is technically it. Tenpai.
No.
And that is technically Honitsu Dragon, and I get a lot of my points back. And to say a lot. I get about the points I gave to you in the first place, actually, so I'm okay. Yeah, okay, fine. So it's about 2,000 plus the 2009, I gained 4 or 5 back. So yeah, almost all the points back. And nothing of value was lost. Anyway, we're doing exactly the same hand again. Dragon Honitsu. There was much rejoicing. Was there much rejoicing already? No, there was much mangling of pillow. He's going to be terrified when I have to put that in the wash next week.
Boom.
Ooh, double dragon. This was a depressing realization, I know, but I'm glad it's come to you after however many years of using text-based media. Which, you know, is almost all of the conversations we've... Well, a vast majority of the conversations we've ever had have been over that, so... Oh dear. There's a great Order of a Stick joke I like, which is basically the dwarf who always speaks in the very thick Scottish accent that's basically the trope of being a dwarf, almost. And he's just basically transcribed a letter to him. And basically goes to the conversation, you didn't necessarily have to transcribe your accent. What accent? Or is it transcribed by what? Anyway, Ishanten with the Honitsu. Alright, come on. Give me the one more. Nope, you had enough of... Okay, he's wandered off. No, he's done what he wanted to do. Come in here, shout, mangle his pillow, wander off. He now knows that he's the most important person in the house. Yeah, it gets depressing. I mean, when I first found that, they were still in the first dungeon. That comic's been going for almost forever. Oh, we're not going to make it unless it's a dragon or callable thing now. Nope. Can't call them a lost discard, and it's a Haite. You know what? He's got a lot of his points back he stole from me. But we're now in a close three-way fight for second, so I might be able to actually improve things. And we got double dragon again, and Dora. This is kind of a ridiculous hand. I love it. Ishan turn for Chitoy on turn 1. Alright, let's go. This is risky, but I like this, so we're going to go for it. Nice. Okay, 1 to go. And if we draw it ourselves, we have Toy Toy Sananko, potentially. No Toy Toy Sananko, but we'll take this. Dragon Dora, Toy Toy. No, this is a monster if we finish it, but it is unlikely. Oh, I should have had calls open. I could have called that west. Yes, they've become genre savvy and know that whichever skill they can say now is probably going to somehow help them in the final battle. And then just the depression that one of those is somehow going to save them at one point. Yes! No. Hanneman. We might actually be able to win this with a win. Somehow. My money's on the soap making. Okay, first line completed for the Nageshi. South call from our closest points rival. Yeah, if you haven't actually followed Order of a Stick, I know there's lots of it, but it is honestly pretty good. The first chapter or so, or I say first chapter, the first 100 or so is basically the self-contained thing, and then afterwards he basically had the whole plot lined out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Honestly, it gets better, but it's still, a lot of it's just initial sort of jokey things about D&D in general, and gradually it builds into a proper cohesive narrative, which is actually really good. I genuinely do recommend Order of a Stick if you haven't followed it, although, admittingly, as I say, it will take you some time. I mean, that'll do it for some of it, certainly. The only thing I do say now is that I take no responsibility for forcing you into various theory forums and everything else that's kind of required if you're following it live, and then getting depressed at waiting a week for a nothing update. To be fair, most of them are still funny, even if they're nothing updates, but you know. Anyway, I've got to win. I'm going to win! 110! I end 393 points down. Or I could play one more and try and bring it back. I've got momentum now. More gambler's fallacy. No, I've genuinely been streaming for 3 hours, so I am going to stop the stream here. I'm not going to go to sleep, Aegon, but I'm going to stop playing Mahjong, which I think is a fair secondary for this. So yes, we will stop playing Mahjong for the moment, and I'll probably go and play some actual D&D style Pathfinder game, which I recently got on Steam because it was on offer. Anyway, adios. This was miserable, but at least we ended it well. Catch you later.